Hi there. I'll be showing you how the Preview Image Generator, or PIG, P-I-G for short, works. PIG is a new app that is available on the Autodesk App Store, and the best part is the version I'm showing here is completely free. I'll mention briefly the paid version at the end, which is also available on the App Store. Most of you who have worked with Revit before already know that Revit families often have those thumbnail images that are unrecognizable. Even Autodesk's own generic families have previews that make finding the right object difficult. Just to show a quick example of that, these Autodesk fittings all have connectors shown, which causes the fitting itself to be smaller than needed. And it's not just connectors, it's reference planes, dimensions, text, host elements, etc. And if I was to save this casework family that I have open right now, I would either get no preview image or one based on this view, and it would include all of this other stuff that's irrelevant to what the object actually is. So what PIG will allow you to do is to have previews that look like this instead of this, and it's very simple. So on this computer, I've already installed and activated PIG, so all I have to do is click Update Preview in my main add-in ribbon. And now look at what I get, a beautiful image that I can recognize. So how does it do this? When you click Update Preview, PIG will create a new view in your project browser, toggle some visibility settings, and save the family, making sure to use that new view for the thumbnail. All of this is done according to settings that you can change, and I'll show you that in a minute. As far as the activation of the free app goes, it's very simple. When you first install PIG, you'll see an add-in appear on the main add-in toolbar, and before you can use it, you'll need to activate by entering existing credentials. Maybe you've already created an account on another computer, or you can quickly sign up for a new free account, and it's really just name, email, and password. Once you confirm your email address by clicking the confirmation link sent to you in an email, you'll then be able to activate the computer with those credentials. I've already shown you what the Update Preview button does, but it's important to note that this button will only be active when you have an open family and you're not in a project. Okay, so let's go to the settings. This is a really cool part. First off, you'll see that you can set some default visibility settings. So View here will tell PIG which kind of view to create and how to orient it if you choose a 3D view. And of course, you have visual style and detail level that you can choose as well. Now, if you have certain categories that you need to appear somehow different from the defaults, you can set that up here. So I have a casework family open. I'll add a new setting for that category here by clicking the new icon. I'll select the button that appears in the new row, and I'll add casework to that list. My casework, I want to show from a 3D front right perspective with a realistic visual style and fine. So I'll click Save and Close my view, and then click Update Preview again, and you'll see the new image appear. So there are other additional settings you can choose from on the General Settings tab. These tend to be more of a global nature and not really category specific. That's why they're in this tab, but it's nice to know that you have the option to show some of these things if you need to. Not shown in this list are things like dimensions, reference planes, and reference lines. Those are just turned off by default. When you choose a name for the view that it's created, it's best to choose one that isn't likely to exist in any of your content already, or there would be conflict there. Also, most of these settings assume that you are working with the 3D categories of content, but there are 2D element types that we shouldn't forget about as well. In fact, some of those default preview images really look bad, so PIG is really relevant for those as well. PIG will work really well with those. Keep in mind that those are a bit unique in that they only have one view and other views cannot be created. So in that case, PIG will utilize that single view. And since that's the view that you also do your work within, running PIG is usually the last thing you'll do before closing the family. And that's pretty much all you need to know about the free version. The paid version allows you to do the same thing PIG free does, but in batch. So I'm just going to quickly log into a different account here, and that's going to enable the paid features for me without having to uninstall or anything. It's going to enable those paid features so you can see the difference. And here you can see I have an extra icon for batch, and you basically choose which files to run and it'll process them. I have a separate video in this YouTube channel that shows how this works, but it'll churn through thousands of families at a time with a single click, which is really cool. My favorite thing about the paid version, though, is that it will run automatically on your families as you save or close them. It's really satisfying to not have to remember to click the button here. The whole preview problem just goes away without you having to do anything. So if you make a purchase for the batch version using the same email, your account will automatically be converted and the new features enabled without you having to download, install, and do those things. Okay. One last thing, as new features are added to P.I.G, you'll see a notification appear to the right of the settings button, and you'll simply click that to download and install the new version. And that is all. I really hope you enjoy this simple yet powerful app. Thank you.